Do you want to learn how to create a LinkedIn profile that gets people's attention? If you don't have a firm grasp on using LinkedIn, I'll take you from cautious and confused to efficient and effective. That's even if you have zero connections right now. Stay tuned to the end and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Welcome back to my channel. When you use LinkedIn, you want to think about it as your own personal showcase. According to LinkedIn, there are over 810 million members on their platforms, and they're located in over 200 countries and territories around the world. Before we get into this LinkedIn tutorial for beginners, you want to make sure that you have your actual LinkedIn account set up. And if you don't already have it done, go do it and come back. You're all good to go now? Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and go through all the most important parts of your LinkedIn profile so that we can have you ready to shine in your showcase. The first three things people are going to see when they view your LinkedIn profile are your header image, your profile photo, and your headline. When you create your account, you don't want to agonize over this too much. The most important thing is that you have something up there. You don't want the little gray outline hanging out and making you seem like an anonymous person. The photo that you choose for your profile photo on LinkedIn should be well lit and you should look approachable. You can either choose to do a photo that is a close-up or you can choose one that's further back. It's really up to you. You just want something that's going to show your personality and let people see who you are. I usually like to do a photo that's a little bit closer up because I think it helps people feel a little bit more connected to you. You don't have to have a fancy header image right away. I generally like to get away from the standard one that LinkedIn has, but it's better to just leave it alone unless if you're going to put something up there that kind of just looks funky. Just leave the normal one there, and then you can work on either creating one yourself or getting a graphic designer to fix one that will complement what you've got going on in your profile already. While people will see your header cover, what's really important is the headline, because that's how people will find you and will quickly be able to figure out if you're the person that they're looking for. That being said, you need to write a headline that attracts the right people. If you're looking for a job, you can put that in your headline. If you are hiring, you can put that in your headline. Keep in mind that you only have so much space here, so you want to make whatever you put there really pop. For instance, if you are looking for a job in business development, you should put that in your headline. People can search for people that are looking for jobs in business development, and if you have this in your headline, you're much more likely to show up in the search results than people that don't have this. It's even better if you can get specific. For instance, you might have a certain field that you work in business development for. Maybe you're in pharmaceuticals or in car sales, whatever it is, put that in your headline, and people that are specifically looking for this will be able to find you even easier. As you can see here, my headline promotes my YouTube channel because that's what I'm really focused on right now, building and growing my YouTube channel and helping as many people that work from home happily. So I even say search it here on YouTube, but of course down below I have links to the videos. So I'm not just expecting people to go searching on YouTube for me. But you'll also see that it shows that I'm a writer and an editor. So it has my, my day job in there. So people will know, like, why should I listen to you on YouTube? What is it that you do? And that gives them a little bit more of trust in the content that they're actually going to find there. Now, keep in mind, as you're looking at the behind the scenes of my profile, it's likely to look a little bit different than what yours looks like. I actually changed mine to a creator profile because I do a lot of blog posts and I do a lot of YouTube videos. So as you'll see down through here, it shows my featured section here and my activities, and my about section isn't until down here. So that's likely to be different for you. And don't worry about creating a creator profile right now or changing it over. You can definitely do that later. More and more, LinkedIn is opening up this ability to everyone. I'm sure it will roll out to your profile soon if you don't already have that available. Now let's get into the about section. I'm going to go ahead and open up my about section. So I can just click see more. Now, whenever you're in your profile, you'll see the About section. If you're new and you don't have anything here, you can just click the little pencil and it'll come up, and you can pull this down so you can see more, because it can be pretty frustrating if you're trying to edit and you're like, do I have that down there? But if you have it up like this, you'll be able to see it pretty easily. In this section, you want to let people know what you do, why you do it, and maybe if you're looking for a job, you can say, I'm looking for a position in XYZ. And then that will help other people know how they can help you or how you can help them. So as you can see, I love business, writing, and marketing. I've always been driven, organized, and a great team player. So this is what I think is valuable, some of the valuable things about me. So I put it up front. There is also like a recommendation section down further, but I like putting some quotes from other people as well here, because usually people will see this before they ever get down to the recommendations section. And then I just put a little bit about what I do and then the projects that I am currently available for. And if you break it up like this, it makes it really easy for people to read and really easy for people to see what you're available for. This is basically the part of your profile where you get to say all kinds of good things about yourself. And I know sometimes it's difficult to really pull that out of yourself. Like, what can I say that's good about me? If you really have a hard time with that, I highly recommend asking people that you work with or have worked with, or even people that are in your family or your friends, to say some nice things about you so you can figure out what you should put there. I'm just going to click out of this part right now, and we are going to go and talk about the next section. If you don't have a lot of experience, don't feel ashamed about it. That's totally fine. Everyone has to start out somewhere. And sometimes people are looking for entry-level applicants, and they just won't consider people that have a lot of experience. So if you look at this section here, you can add or edit your experience. So if you want to add an experience, you can write it out here, your title, type of employment, company name. If you're currently working there, your start date, the year. You can also end any positions. Now, you'll see your headline here. This gives you another opportunity to change your headline. You can put your industry, and you can also put your description of the job here, as well as adding media. So this is where you can add media to specific jobs. So for instance, I click on edit, I'll be able to edit this area here. So let's say my YouTuber, and then we've got the different videos that I put here, and that makes it really simple. You can save it, or you can choose to delete the experience. I'm just going to X out of that. It's really easy to put any experience that you want to put here. A lot of times people don't want to put experience that isn't relevant to what they're going to do. If it's totally off the wall or something that doesn't make any sense, I totally get that. However, this is your journey. How did you get here? Where did you come from? So for instance, I've been copywriting for forever, over a decade. And then I've got this. It's a little bit like, okay, why is this here? Because it's a blog. I run it. I write. And then I've got the YouTube here. And then I'm a top line editor here. So that shows what I'm doing. And I don't have my Shoney's experience from when, I was young. So if you have plenty of job experience that is relevant, definitely add that. And you don't necessarily have to add a lot of things that aren't relevant. But if you don't have a lot of relevant job experience, go ahead and add those things and let people know what you've been doing. Keep in mind that this is a great place to write in first person. It lets people get to know you better, and it's a lot easier to read and much more interesting. When you're filling out each of these areas of experience, If you have things that you're proud of that you accomplished while you're there, make sure that you put them there. Did you help team members? Did you achieve a certain metric that you worked towards? Whatever it is, anything that you can show that you helped move the needle, that's going to make people pay attention. Let's go back. So we'll go back to my profile and we're going to go under education. So if you're fresh out of high school, you feel free. Put your high school information there. That's great. I, however, have decided it's been a long time since I've been out of high school and I've taken some courses and things like that. So that's going to serve me better. So you've got to decide that for yourself. So I've got the American Writers and Artists Inc. And I've got B-School, Marketing Impact Academy, and then I've got this license and certification from Inbound Marketing. You can put all of your education here. You can definitely fill it out much neater than I have done, which is totally fine. I just have so much experience up here that I really don't care so much about this section. So you can fill this out. You can talk about clubs that you were in whenever you were, if you're at a university, you can talk about clubs that you were in there. You can talk about extracurricular activities, whatever it is that you're proud of from your education, put it in there. You never know when something that you say, even that's small, might strike a chord of rapport with the person that's looking at your profile, and they'll be like, oh, I would really like to reach out to this person. Now, the next part we're going to talk about are the skills section. So with the skills section, you want to put your most important skills up first. So marketing, networking, and leadership are some of the skills that people just love endorsing me for. I am maxed out on the number that I'm able to be shown here. So thank you all for that. I appreciate it very much. So those are some of the ones that they're endorsing me for. But since I'm a writer and editor primarily, I could go and tweak that and move writing and editing to the top if I wanted to. But right now, I'm not looking for a new job or anything like that. So I'm just going to leave that right there with all my 99 pluses right there. Now, you can also take skill quizzes. And don't worry, if you don't pass and it doesn't look good, you can just delete that right off. So you can click the Take Skill Quiz, and they have some recommended ones here that you can just click on, answer questions, and then if you score in the top 30%, you will earn a skill badge, which will go on your profile. So that's pretty cool, right? Whenever I started adding skills, it was years and years ago. So things are much different now. You really don't need to add over 40 skills on here. That was a little wild. So you can maybe add 10 of your top skills. Not important to have a ton of these on here. Now let's move down to recommendations. Now, recommendations can really help people trust you more. A lot of times people are wondering, are you a real person? Are you a reputable person? Can I trust you? And recommendations are a great way to do that. So whenever I was building out my profile, I just asked a bunch of the people that I knew and that I worked with to give me recommendations if they wanted to. And you can do that as well. So all you have to do is click on this plus mark right here and click Ask for a Recommendation, and it will walk you through the steps. You can also give recommendations, which is pretty cool too, because you will end up showing up on that other person's profile. So if you give a recommendation and they choose to add you, they can actually, you can click on this and you can take people off or put some on if you have some that are pending. But if they choose to keep you on their profile, then you will show up there and people could find you that way. So that's another way to get found on LinkedIn as well. Little hack thrown in there. So all these recommendations, these let people know, hey, this person is pretty cool. And your given ones also show up here so people can see who you recommend. So keep in mind when you're giving and receiving that most everything that you do online is going to be seen by someone. The other section you can fill out are your honors and awards section. So you can fill out your honors and awards sections here, and I'm sure yours is much more impressive than mine. So make sure to fill it all out. Brag on yourself. You can talk about any languages that you have here, and this shows up some of your interests. And if you like someone that's an influencer or something like that, they sometimes will just randomly show up here, which I think is weird and annoying, but it is what it is. You can also put causes here, things that you care about, and that will let people get to know a little bit more about you outside of what you do for your job. Another thing that you need to do is make sure that you're ready to connect. Now that your profile looks so amazing and you're feeling confident about going out there and meeting other professionals, how do you make sure that you're ready to connect? Well, you have to make sure that your settings are on there properly, or you might not even be able to be seen by other people. All you have to do, you've got yourself up here, you click on Me, and then you click on Settings and Privacy. And here is where you will see many things that LinkedIn loves to track. So you can manage your data and activity. Some of the areas you can even download your information. You used to be able to download everyone's email address that you're connected with, and you would get an insane amount of spam because people would just add you to their email list, and it was obnoxious. So now you can actually hide your email address and not allow people to get your information, which if you go through all of these, you can set all of your settings how you want them. For instance, if you click on communications, you'll be able to see invitations to connect, choose who can connect with you. You can have everyone. So if you put everyone on LinkedIn, only people who know your email address, which is going to be nobody that doesn't know you personally, and only people who appear in your imported contacts list. So make sure that this is to everyone on LinkedIn. Keep in mind that you will still be able to deny people. If you have a request, you will still be able to deny the people that want to connect with you if you don't think that you guys would be mutual value to each other. We go back to LinkedIn. You'll be able to see yourself up here and all your nice changes. Congratulations. If you click on your profile, you'll be able to see all of the things that you did. Everything looks nice. And then look here. I have another video that I'll put at the end of this video that shows you how to make this video on your profile. But before you go and watch that, you want to make sure that you edit your public profile and URL so that, which I'm not going to edit mine because I've already got it, but you want to edit it here and make sure that you have something easy for people to remember. Maybe your name, if your name's already taken, your name, including your initial, you probably don't want to put numbers and things like that in there. So try to figure out something that's unique, but it still looks professional. They're always coming up with new features, so make sure you check this little section over here. Some people ask me if they should pay for LinkedIn Premium. Unless you are seriously on the job hunt or you are searching for someone to hire, I really don't think that you'll need it. I've paid for it before, and it really just allows you to do a lot more of what you already do in most cases. But check out the features, see if you want it or need it. But I really don't think you do at this point. Now that you have the basics of LinkedIn down, congratulations! And don't go away from my channel just yet. Make sure you click on the video that just popped up to learn how to make your profile picture a video. And if you've already seen that one, check out the video beneath it.